What is up, my friends, and how's it going? And welcome back to the 11th episode of our Let's Play series as Parthia with your fellow comrades summary. We have done some research. Basically, we have researched the Parthian Empire upgrades. And in the previous episode, we did manage to completely conquer the northern section of the Fertile Crescent, reducing the Seleucids down to just simply 3 provinces and 2 provinces, because Armenia has managed to take out Tyros. Meanwhile, I am going to move my armies down south in an attempt to take over Jerusalem as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's first see where our armies can reach. This army can reach all the way down there. Meanwhile, this army can reach also all the way down there, so we are going to move them together. And finally, this army can reach over here. That is great. Things are looking good in terms of our provinces. We are slowly leveling up our provinces inch by inch. Go ahead and wonder what this gives. This gives sanitation as well, -1 empire maintenance. Nothing great, so we are going to go for the one that gives extra growth rate. And quick look at all of our other provinces. We can upgrade these settlements over here. And finally, everything else seems to be fine. Meanwhile, we are on the verge of converting all of our newly acquired territory into Parni culture. We already have succeeded in converting Mesopotamia to Parni culture, and we are slowly going to move up our dignitaries since we no longer require them in these provinces, and as they keep moving they should be able to convert the provinces. And what we are going to do is we are going to level up this character as well, get a couple of things for him. And also looking at our politics, everything seems to be going extremely well. And meanwhile, we are losing a bit of money because one of our characters has died. However, we have replaced him over here, Patish to Raga, with Sargon. And hopefully when Sargon levels up, he should have good attributes. Meanwhile, we have also built another horde army, horde for Syria, and we are going to move him towards the west. The idea is to have 4 horde armies as we currently have and 2 regular siege armies, and we are in the process of getting that as well. As you can see, we have already hired our Indian levies, so we are going to move into Bactria and get our hoplite, after which we will move west to recruit our horse archers as well as get the legionaries from Armenia. So because of that, we are losing a little bit on economy. We were making about 20,000 per turn, however that has dropped significantly. Meanwhile, over here, this army can move towards Salamis and attack the settlement. So we are going to move him into Salamis. Go ahead, attack the settlement. A really favorable auto-resolve. I do not need to fight this battle. And we are going to go ahead and loot the settlement for that extra money. Go ahead, turn off the taxation over here. Meanwhile, I wonder if... I'm just going to repair that building. See if I can recruit some Greek ships from that. Meanwhile, over here, I don't like Armenia holding on to Tyros. Shouldn't be there. So what I am going to do is I am going to move my dignitary towards Tyros and deploy him. And we should have a 12% chance of acquiring Tyros for 2,500 gold, which is quite good. Meanwhile, we are going to move our other dignitary down towards Jerusalem and deploy him over there. Spy down over here can move a little bit closer and investigate what is going on. Perfect. And some really interesting developments happening up here in the north. It seems like the Odrysians have managed to conquer quite a lot, especially up here, and they are pushing into Pontus. They have even conquered Rhodos, which is insane. I've never seen that happen. However, that is interesting, to say the least. Gonna go ahead and put our armies that are not close to the enemy in patrol stance in order to get that little bit of extra income. Every little bit is important, and before I go ahead and end this first turn, I'm gonna quickly check what research I can get. And I could go down this route for the religious ethos, and that should give me a further upgrade to our libraries. So I am going to go ahead and select that, and then I will work on completing the construction tree, after which I will focus on improving our trade language. And what that will accomplish is that we can upgrade all of these buildings. This does depend on trade language as well. That might be a good thing to do, actually. So we could actually go for trade language first, since that will allow us to upgrade our economy quite a fair bit. It should pretty much double our economy, so we should be making about 16,000. And the idea is we have 4 horde armies and 2 siege armies, so I am going to split them off in groups of 3. 2 horde armies supported by a siege army, and the reason being is, as per the votes, it seems like crushing Roma is going to be the final objective of this campaign. However, I do want to acquire all of the historical lands of the Achaemenid Empire. And since we are limited to 25 episodes per series, or I would like to keep it that way, I am going to launch a 2-pronged attack, one into the south to conquer Egyptos and all of these provinces that the Achaemenids historically held, and the other stack to kind of deal with the north. And once my stack in the south has dealt with the southern provinces, we are going to march them up to the north to reinforce our northern front, and then march them all into Hellas, and eventually, after all of that is done, Rome. So without any further ado, I don't think there's much else left to the turn. We could try to further decrease our influence by sending some of our characters to organize games. We can go ahead and organize games in Yehuda, as well as we can organize games in Syria. Excellent. And I wonder if that has decreased. It has decreased our influence, so we're going to keep at it in order to slowly decrease our influence, so that we do become beloved of the tribes, which will get rid of all the negative modifiers that we are currently facing. However, without any further ado, let us go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future when I am ready to take out Jerusalem and wipe out the Seleucids once and for all. Welcome back to the next turn. And we have received a mission, and I think that is to take down Jerusalem. Not entirely sure. Or basically research in siegecraft. Quickly gonna see if I can attack this army. I can. So what I am going to do is pretty much move my siege army towards Jerusalem, lay siege to this settlement. Go for that. Meanwhile, have a quick look. I mean, I could wipe out the faction. Have a quick look over here, move this army close by, have a look at the auto-resolve. It is looking quite good. So I could actually just auto-resolve this one. However, I would like to see... Okay, over here, can I recruit any ships? Go ahead and... I guess it was... Who was it that was in charge of my fleets? Nutesh, right? Reinstate legacy, Navy 1 Parthia. Put you up in Salamis. Can't recruit any ships off that, so I'm just simply going to convert the building. Meanwhile, over here, I can get some buildings going. Now, I could actually just auto-resolve this and that should wipe out the Seleucid faction. However, I could fight a battle because I'm not sure how many battles I'm actually going to fight in this episode. So I could actually just simply fight the battle, and we are 20% for getting Tyros. I could fight the battle. I mean, they don't have any faction leaders, so if I do take Jerusalem, that should pretty much wipe out the faction, unless they have some fleets somewhere down here, as they usually typically tend to do. Regardless, what I am going to do first is I am going to quickly have a look at all of my provinces, as well as build up Syria as best as we can. Palmyra is meanwhile completely Parni culture now, so that is great. Quick look at our our politics, sorry. Gonna see if I can improve. Seems like I can't really improve the public order anywhere. Meanwhile, over here, I could move. It is a harsh summer, so I am taking some attrition. And I am moving them slowly towards Bactria in order to get some of those troops. Meanwhile, a quick look at all of our satrapies. Bactria is dropping a little bit in terms of their loyalty. So we are going to pay them to improve their loyalty. Friendly. I do want to stay at very friendly as much as I can. However, we are running out of money.
I must accept.
And that's not good. We do need to rectify the situation as quickly as we can. Meanwhile, over here, we can move Horde Force Syria towards Syria. Get them over there. Hopefully it's not a harsh summer in Seleucia, and it isn't, so that's good. Turn on that patrol stance, and let's go ahead and hop into the battle over here. Use Basha to take down the Seleucid army. It's going to be quite an easy battle. We have extremely elite troops. So let's go ahead and attack them. And I will see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. We have deployed our army, as I am not going to show you how I deploy my army. And the reason being is that it does save a little bit of time on the episodes. So we are going to move our entire horde-based army up front. Quickly get our cataphracts into position to counter the enemy cav, should they decide to give chase. Meanwhile, over here, cavalry is slowly going to wheel about.
Our general is under attack.
Move these guys far behind. Let the enemy give chase. Move our general behind. And we are going to go ahead and charge this cavalry unit. Move group 2 over there, far away. I don't want them to shoot at my own cavalry. Move group 3 behind. Move our cataphracts behind as well. Quickly encircle this army. Wonderful. And this unit can come over here, attack this unit over there. Move our cataphracts behind. Horse archers can further move behind. Meanwhile, these horse archers can slowly wheel about. And we are going to charge into this unit. Move group 2 over here. Excellent. Move our cataphracts to hit those archer units. Meanwhile, group 2 can charge into the backs of those units. Group 3 can move further behind. We are going to inspire the whole army if we can. Group 4 is doing quite well. We can go ahead and charge from all directions as well. Group 2, come forward. Cataphracts, go ahead, charge here and here. You go ahead, charge. Charge everyone. Group 2, move up. Group 3, you can come here. Group 4, you're done fine. Cataphracts can go ahead. Charge over there. Get these groups over here. And now we are going to focus fire on all the spear units. Especially the medium ones.
Swift and accurate. Double horse archers. Swift and accurate.
Cataphracts have done well. Go ahead, charge into that unit. Go ahead, charge into this unit. Move our cataphracts behind, out of the enemies. They got quite entangled over there with that double charge. We are going to find the path of least resistance and kind of move them in that direction. Meanwhile, group 4 can come over here, get a bit closer. Get our cataphracts a little bit out of there. Okay, we're doing quite good over here. Meanwhile, this cav can charge into that. These units can go ahead, charge here. Gonna put everyone into that melee mode. Go ahead, charge, confuse the enemy.
Is turning in our favor.
Wonderful. Group up our cataphracts all into one group. Group 3 can go ahead, start firing at the enemy.
Double horse archers.
Group 2, you can also start firing at the enemy. And the cataphracts can move around. Try to avoid as much of the enemy as we can. Meanwhile, you guys can charge over here and over here. Keep firing at that unit. Try to rout it. Perfect. Got rid of the spear unit. And now our charge should be quite safe.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Group 2, move behind. Group 3, you're gonna come around, hit those units in the back. Group 2, I want you to hit this unit. Group 4, come close by, hit these units. These cataphracts can begin to split up. Keep them tight so that they don't get in range of the enemy units. Meanwhile, over here we can move this cavalry around. Same way over here. And with that we should win the battle quite easily. And I will see you all in the campaign. Alright, down goes that army. We have defeated one of the Seleucid armies. And we are besieging Jerusalem. Gonna go ahead and slave all those captives. And now the siege of Jerusalem should be really good. Should get at least 96-97%. We are gonna go on defensive. And down goes the final Seleucid settlement. We are going to go ahead and loot the settlement for that extra slaves. And we have also leveled up our Imperium. Meanwhile, quickly going to dismantle all the buildings I do not require. I do need this building. Gonna make it into a library and get a temple over there. That's great. Looks like we're doing quite well. Jerusalem, we can give you an edict. We are going to give you the public order edict. Meanwhile, the Seleucid army still lives. Maybe we can assassinate him, but there's no point in doing so. He's a general and this unit will survive. We can move our army or our spy further or deeper into Egypt. That's always going to help. can't deploy him in this turn. We can move this character down towards Petra and try to gain Petra through diplomacy.
At your service.
And also level him up, get that extra research rate if possible. As well as some security based. Okay, that is good. Meanwhile, over here in the north, some of our other agents can move towards Mazaka. Try to get that off Pontus through diplomacy. We are going to keep moving. And as you can see over here, we are slowly also converting the province into Parni culture. Apart from that, nothing else to do in this turn, so I am going to go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. One thing I can do, and I have forgotten to do, is actually we can level up our character. We have kind of stopped doing that. We are going to go ahead, improve her zeal, and then send her on a vacation to improve her cunning. Meanwhile, this character over here could be the next faction leader. So we are going to go ahead and give him some good gravitas gaining abilities. As well as some authority perhaps. And Patriot, we have the Patriot -10. Okay. Quick look at our characters, if they can improve the public order in certain provinces, and they can't really do that. Meanwhile over here, I do believe I have marched my army. So I can go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future. Hopefully what will happen is that we are on turn 127, so in 3 turns we should get our final reforms. And what we do want to do is kind of gain some territory over here if we can in Nabata, and then finally take out the Charmutas, as we do need the province of Nabata for that historical Achaemenid Empire sort of boundary. After which we could launch an invasion of the Ptolemies. We could get rid of our trade agreements, defensive agreements with them. And then we can also focus in the north. So I will see you all in the future. It will take a time to reach that point, and there's no point showing the turns in between, as that does waste precious time on the episodes. Alright, welcome to the future. Our reforms have fired, and we have gained a minor region via diplomacy. So quickly over here we are going to sort of move our army around into Jerusalem. Get them as close to the border as possible. Go ahead, select the whole army and reform it. And as you can see, it's a really stacked up army. Really insane troops. 22 missile damage, 214 range, 25 ammunition, 13 and 12 melee attack, 45 armor and 8 speed. Meanwhile, these guys, 15 melee attack and defense each, 56 armor. Crazy. And we can do the same over here as well. Can upgrade these troops. Move this army up to the north in Tyros, park it over there. Since we have just acquired the region of Tyros diplomatically from our own vassal, go ahead, delete all of the buildings we don't require. Now we are going to move our dignitaries down to the south over here. Perfect. Meanwhile, over here in the north, what is this? A disease? Plague. We do have a plague. That is a bit unfortunate. We are going to move this army into Tarsos. And we do have yet another army that we can upgrade. And a quick look at Cappadocia, which has been released. They are at war with they are an ally of the Odrysians, and they are at war with Thessaly. So I could use Thessaly to declare war upon them, and then I could attack them. However, that'll have to wait, unfortunately, as you know, I do want this army to get rid of its plague so that I can attack with both my armies. Meanwhile, this army over here can also slowly march up north. And I can upgrade these troops. Wonderful. And upgrade the general as well. Our other siege-based army is slowly building up. Gonna move him towards Susa. Upgrade the general. As well as get... I do want to get the Ars done instead, so I am going to go ahead and try my level best. We also have access to our camel cataphracts. These guys are quite powerful. So we are going to go ahead and get these guys instead of those guys. And the reason being is these guys are Nicaean horse breed, so they're quite useful in comparison. They do have not as good melee defense, but they do have better stats overall, especially for a siege army. So we are going to go ahead and recruit them. They are significantly more expensive. Go ahead, recruit 3 of those units. We are losing a bit more money. However, that should change in the future because we are almost done researching trade language, which means we can upgrade some of these buildings over here, and that should double our economy. Meanwhile, a quick look at our politics. Just simply going to send characters to improve so that our influence can drop below to reach the beloved of the tribes. However, with that, there's nothing much else to do in this turn apart from perhaps improving the zeal of this character, as well as sending her on a vacation to improve her cunning. And I am going to go ahead, end this turn, and I will see you all in the future. Meanwhile, this army down over here, Horde to Parsa, will march its way in order to attempt to conquer Charmutas. Welcome to the future. We have moved our army down close to Charmutas. They do have a sizable army in the settlement, as well as they have a decently sized garrison, so we are going to be having a pretty tough fight ahead of us. Meanwhile, over here in Tyros, we are slowly replenishing our garrison, and I don't think we have any problems in marching on towards Tarsos or towards Mazaka. We are going to go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, Horde for Syria is still suffering from the plague. However, I do hope that will soon enough rectify itself. Quick look at our population. We're looking fine as far as population is concerned. However, as you can see, our economy is tanking a little bit, and we will have to kind of rectify that soon enough. And pretty much if we conquer any other economic province, we can rectify our economic situation. Go ahead, select some skills for our general. Okay, it's looking fine. Meanwhile, a quick look at our politics. This character is nearly done, so we are going to improve her cunning. And one of our sons has come of age. However, he's a bastard, and we all know where bastards belong. And yeah, apart from that, what we can do is put this army on patrol stance, and these two armies can also be in patrol stance. Meanwhile, I am moving this army across into Armenia. I have disbanded all of their cavalry, and the reason being is that I actually want to replace the cavalry with the cavalry over here, the Parthian cataphract horse archers. So once they reach Armenia, they will actually get 4 more Armenian legionaries, and when these two armies link up, they can exchange those units between them. Meanwhile, we are making 57 ducats per turn, so that is quite good for now. Quick look at our provinces. Everything seems to be fine. I could level up some buildings, however, I am holding on to that little bit of cash. We are in the process of upgrading our buildings, and once they are upgraded, our economy should be back on track. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and attack Charmutas. However, they are allied to the Medevi, but we can use the Ptolemies to our advantage. asked to join the war against the Charmutas, and they agree. Meanwhile, as you can see over here, we are also a defensive ally with Rome. I am going to destroy Rome. However, the defensive alliance is purely for the sake of discovering the map. As you can see now, I do have a better line of sight on the Western Hemisphere. And without any further ado, let us go ahead, attack this army, and I will see you all in the battle. Okay, here we are in the battle. I have already deployed, but before we jump into the battle, let's have a quick look at our new units. I'm gonna face them towards the sun. As you can see here, we have the Parthian late nobles. They are a hybrid shock and horse archer unit. Really nice looking, great armor. Love the helmet and the face mail. Next up, we also have our new late cataphracts. Extremely heavily armored. And of course, they do have that Nicaean horse breed, so that's always nice. And finally, we have our new general unit mixed with all of these purple units, and this one over here is actually the same unit in the unit card itself. I don't know where he went, kind of got lost. There we go. Perfect. Really nice looking units. And without any further ado, let us go ahead and start the battle. I'm gonna fast forward this battle for the sake of time. Go ahead, fire all of our missiles into that unit. The enemy does seem to stay put. However, that's to our advantage. Move our general up ahead. Move our cataphracts as well up ahead. Okay, these units are going to try to come out, so we are going to position as such. Meanwhile, move all of our cataphracts to the left. Move our general to the right. Slow down the battle. And we do have some horse units that we can charge into. They are retreating. Nope. So our cataphracts get their first charge off. Meanwhile, these units can go ahead and charge into those units. You can go ahead, charge over here. We do really want to minimize using our missiles, so perfect. Before the melee troops come in, we are going to try to wipe out all of their cavalry. Perfect. And with that done, we are going to soon move our cavalry behind. Meanwhile, this cataphract unit can go ahead and chase that one. Move our cataphracts behind, they are no longer required. Group 3, come back. Group 4, you can come back as well. Good charge over here, we got rid of the entire enemy cav. Go ahead, keep charging at that unit. Meanwhile, this unit can go ahead, charge those archers. Move our group 2 as well behind. Group 3 can come behind. Group 4, go ahead, get in that Cantabrian circle. Cataphracts are gonna charge down these archers. Nothing they can do against these heavily armored cataphracts. Keep moving group 2, move these cataphracts to hit that cavalry unit. Group 4, get out of Cantabrian, move further behind. Group 3, you can move behind as well. Get inspired, everyone, by the general. These cataphracts are going to charge in time into that unit, wipe out that unit. Cantabrian circle for everyone. Move these cataphracts back to hit that archer unit. Meanwhile, these cataphracts can go all the way around and try to get into those archer units. Move our general behind. Cantabrian circle for our horse archers. Disable the Cantabrian for group number 2. Move them further behind. These horsemen can go in double time. Group 4 come a little bit behind and activate Cantabrian. Group 3 gain some distance. Group 2, you're doing quite well, you can push up. Meanwhile, these cataphracts are nearly done routing these units. Have medium shock cavalry over there. Group 3 Cantabrian, Group 4 Cantabrian. Get a cataphracts. Remove the Cantabrian. Inspire with our general. Group 4 get out. Group 2 can move up a little bit. Group 2 can actually go ahead and charge into those archer units. And our other cataphracts can slowly start to move out. These are camels. Group 2 has done well. Good charge. Move them behind. Alright. Cataphracts can charge into this unit. Perfect. These cataphracts are done with their unit. Can move them out over here.
What are your orders?
3. Move our general behind. Meanwhile, cataphracts over here are gonna do some massive punishment on all 3 of these archers. Move our other cataphracts over here. Group 2, go ahead, get in that Cantabrian circle. You 2 can charge into this archer unit as well. Group 4, you can also get into Cantabrian. Group 3, we are soon going to run out of ammunition.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Nearly done this battle, really, to be honest. And we are not going to bother with perfectly timing our charge. What we are going to do is just simply charge into the enemy unit. And if we do that from all directions, then the enemy unit should get pretty destroyed. Group 4, go ahead, keep charging. Group 2, you can charge. Group 3, go ahead, charge. Cataphracts over here can charge there. Charge here. General, go ahead, charge in the center. And pretty soon you will see this entire army kind of route. We are going to fast forward all of these charges. They are getting hit in all directions, and there goes the first unit. Second, general can inspire everyone. Boom. Massive charge over here, massive rout soon underway. And the general can keep charging. And with that, we have won the battle, and I will see you all in the campaign. Alright, we have wiped out Charmutas. We are going to loot the settlement. Gain that extra money. That's always good. Go ahead, quickly turn off the taxes over here. Dismantle all the buildings. We can repair this one. Dismantle these 2 buildings as well. And with that, we are ready to end the turn. Our economy is slowly picking up due to looting that settlement. Has given us a bit more slaves in Armada. So that's great. We do have 70 slaves for now, which is kind of counteracting the empire maintenance. So that's good. Let's go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future when I'm ready to take down Mazaka as well. Before I do that, a quick look at our dignitaries.
Awaiting Parthia's
And it seems like they have a very low chance to get those provinces. However, with time, that chance should increase. Welcome to the future. We have gone a couple of turns ahead into the future. Meanwhile, this army has finally got rid of its plague, so it should be able to replenish in about 2 turns. I have dismantled this building over here in order to build a workshop. Meanwhile, this army has also recruited 4 Armenian legionaries, so we can move them back across over here. Quickly look at the other army. Can reach all the way into that army. Exchange the cavalry for those 4 legionaries. Perfect. Army 2 Mesopotamia can then take on the veteran to improve his skills. And go ahead and put them on that patrol stance. What we could do is... Nope. That kind of reduced their movement. Alright, so we are done now with our armies for now. We are focusing on our economy. Meanwhile, down here in the south in Nabata, slowly improving the public order in that province. Our units are still having to replenish. Meanwhile, our dignitaries can slowly gain some chance to acquire these provinces. These dignitaries still have no chance, and I think that's because we don't own any region within the province. So the next thing we are going to focus on is taking out the Mazaka or the Cappadocians. Food-wise, we're doing quite well. Politics-wise, we are slowly decreasing our influence. Meanwhile, another son has come of age, Seleucid. And apart from that, we have also completed leveling up this character. I'm gonna see if I can do anything of worth. And that is a little bit expensive. I don't want to spend on that as of yet. Quick look at our... We are making more money in Mada. However, of course, our army upkeep is the main problem. What we are going to do, however, is join the war against Cappadocia. And the way to do that is actually to ask Pontus if we can join the war against Cappadocia. And they have agreed, so we are now at war with Cappadocia. As far as wars are concerned, we are still at war with the Seleucids. They are in the sea. Sooner or later, they should be wiped out. Meanwhile, these 2 armies, we do have our Shahanshah, who will take quite a few casualties, since he is higher leveled. So we are going to go ahead, just besiege the settlement. And then we are going to move our other army to engage this army. He will retreat, for sure. And I didn't actually get to see where he retreated off to. Our general can easily attack him over there and then come all the way back. He is, however, only a general, so I don't really need to do that. What I could do is simply attack this army. And over here I'm going to show you that glitch. I mean, I could auto-resolve it. But I am going to go ahead and fight this battle because I don't think there's much else we can do in this turn or in this episode. I do hope, however, that we will be able to at least form a satrapy out of Pontus. And if we are able to do that, that'll be great. And, you know, they can pretty much hold just these 2 regions. And hopefully we will be able to do it in this turn. But I don't think that will be possible. So I'm going to go ahead, jump into this battle. It's not going to be like they do have better garrison army than they have this. But one of the tricks I can show you guys is that if I click this control large army off, it'll just be this army over here, Horde 1 Parthia, versus their army and not their garrison. And once I defeat their army, I will control the settlement, so I don't even have to fight the garrison. However, of course, I'm not going to do this all the time. It's just to show you guys this glitch. Alright, welcome to the battle. Let's go ahead and start the battle. The huge army. They do have a lot of troops. So we are going to try to maneuver a little bit. Group 4, get over there. Group 6, well behind. Our general can come. And what will happen over here is that these guys will walk into their own traps, so that's great. Meanwhile, these cataphracts can come all the way out over there. These cataphracts can get ready to charge into that melee unit. Group 2 pull behind, cataphracts behind group 2, also a little bit behind. Wonderful, our general can come a little bit behind. He can go ahead and inspire over here. Group 3 can turn around. Try to hit these units in the side. Group 2, go ahead. Cataphracts. Nope, so that's group 2. I want group 2 to come here. Group 3 can go ahead and charge this unit. Group 4 pull behind. Cataphracts pull behind. Group 3 of you can come here behind. Keep hitting that unit. Group 3 can pull back. These cataphracts are taking some damage from those javelins. Group 3, keep moving. General move behind. Group 4 as well. Quick look of what's going on with our cataphracts over here. They are moving into the unit. We are going to go ahead and charge as well. Group 2, you can turn around. Massive charge over there. And this charge should break that unit. Big charge, big damage. 60 kills in one charge. That is pretty insane. Move group 3 behind. Group 4, you can also move behind. General, go ahead, inspire everyone, pull behind. To move our cataphracts out of there. You can come this direction, you can come in this direction. We are gonna charge this enemy unit from both sides. Wonderful. Get these cataphracts around. And we are gonna perform that downhill charge first. These units should turn around. And that uphill charge is not going to do a lot of damage. However, this downhill charge is going to be absolutely insane. Just look at that. Crazy. That was insane amount of damage. Move group 2 behind. Group 3, you can also move further behind. Keep moving. General, come back. Yo, cataphracts nearly getting caught. Move our cataphracts into that gap. Group 2, come ahead. Cataphracts, go close. Go ahead, attack these units. Move these cataphracts away. Go ahead, attack that unit. 2 of you can attack this unit. Meanwhile, quick look at group 3 can pull behind. Group 4 can pull behind. You guys can go ahead, attack that archer. Keep charging. They are going to get charged in the rear by Nicaean Cav. That's not a very smart thing for them to do. Move this guy over here. Get our general ready as well. Oops, move these cavalry out of the fire, please. Go ahead, charge this. Perfect. Charge. Charge these guys. The rest of group 3 can move behind. And you can go ahead, Nicene Cav. This unit should pretty much be done. Group 3, form up again. Group 2, you're doing quite well. Go ahead, chase down these guys. Cataphracts over here, come here. Other cataphracts can be here. Group 2, get back. General can get back. Group 3. What's going on with Group 4? We do want to pull them out a little bit. And these cataphracts can charge into this unit.
Used all its ammunition.
Group 4, keep coming this way, closer to our other groups. Group 3, you can go ahead, charge over here. Group 2, you can charge over here.
One of our
All of our cataphracts can charge into that unit. Boom. Nice, good stuff. Group 2, come close. Group 3 as well, you can come close.
used all its ammunition.
Group 4, start to encircle. We are going to do the massive encirclement charge over here. The same as in the Battle of Charmutas. Get all of our cataphracts around. Group 2, you can charge this horse unit, I'm guessing. Gonna fast forward over here a little bit. Group 4, come close. Cataphracts, put you all in one group. Go ahead in that direction. General can be over here. And now what we are going to do, slow down this battle a little bit. We are going to select 2 of these guys, hit these guys, 2 of you hit these guys, 2 of you hit these guys. Go ahead, Group 4 pull up. Group 3 reorient. General can also reorient. Boom. Group 2, you're doing quite well against that cavalry. Keep doing what you're doing. Meanwhile, these guys can hit here, here, here. All of you can hit here, hit here, hit here. In general, move in. We are gonna soon wipe out the enemy. Gonna go ahead once our general gets into the fighting. Encourage everyone, and with that, the battle should be won quite easily. See you all in the campaign then. Welcome back to the campaign. We have taken over Mazaka, our first settlement in Cappadocia. And we are going to go ahead and loot the settlement. This won't wipe out the army, that's surprising. However, what we can do is just turn off the taxes over here, dismantle all the buildings that we don't need. And we can use this army to keep chasing that army. It won't be able to retreat. So I did hit fight by mistake, even though this is a pretty standard battle. So I'm quickly just going to show you this battle. It's not going to be that difficult. Move up all of our cavalry up front. Going to fast forward over here.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units. Our hidden units have been discovered.
Real quick. Keep moving. Move our general away. These guys can go ahead, charge over there. Group 3, come back. General, come back. Group 2, get back. Really fast. This is how I actually fight when I do not show the battles in speed 4 or 3 or whatever. And as you can see, very easy battle, no losses whatsoever. See you all in the campaign. Alright, down goes the Mazakan army, the last of the Cappadocians. We are going to go ahead and enslave all the captives, and we have wiped out the faction as well, I'm pretty sure. Haven't taken any losses from that battle.
All men must serve.
We can quickly just try our level best. We can improve this character over here. Okay, what can we get? Movement speed for all light cavalry, that's not that useful. The campaign movement is though, so we can go ahead get that campaign movement. And with that, nothing much else to do in this turn, I believe. Seems like our provinces are fine. Can go ahead and upgrade the main settlement of Jerusalem. Our dignitaries are slowly improving their chance of acquiring these two provinces via the Timbe region trading submod. And over here, can I move these armies? No, I cannot. So I guess with that, I am quite done for this episode. One last thing I can do before I go ahead and end the episode. Actually send a character to improve the public order in Galatia and Cappadocia. Meanwhile, I am gonna hide all of the deceased. No characters have grown or leveled up. What I could do is give this guy some gravitas gaining ability so that he can quickly marry off. And with that, I think I am done with this episode. So I thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you liked the video, then please like the video and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more. Peace and love.